Please welcome Isaiah Thomas to Jalen and Jacoby. Appreciate you joining us, family.
Hey, it's all love. I always wanted to come on the show, so, I had to do it now.
We really appreciate you taking the time to join us. Now, I have to make this personal. You scored 81 in the Pro-Am in Seattle. Was that a diss to Jalen?
No. I knew if I scored that, I'd be welcome on the show, so I had to get it done.
He knew the entry fees, but that was not by no means a fluke because you just had 60 plus in the previous game. So just talk about you now being healthy from your hip surgery and all of the things you've endured over the last couple of years to really looking good playing the game again.
Man, I'm in a great mental space again. Physically, I'm back 100%. Like, honestly, I never thought I would feel this way again. So it's only right to, make a summer tour about it, let the whole world see it. And then, hopefully get a call and get back in the NBA. That's the ultimate plan, and that's the only plan. So I'm just trying to show the world I'm back healthy, back in a good mental space, and ready for whatever role the NBA can give me.
Listen, when you score 65 in Atlanta and then 81 in Seattle, that's a great way to show the world that you're back playing ball. Have you received any interest? Yeah, have you received any interest? Have you had any calls from NBA teams that are interested?
Yeah, I've been talking about 4 teams. So, hopefully something shakes soon. But, these games can only help because more and more people see that, I'm back to looking like myself. I'm back to feeling like myself. And like I keep saying, I'm just in a great place mentally and physically. And I'm ready for whatever opportunity presents itself this coming NBA season.
NBA execs and fans and media, come closer. I got to tell y'all a secret. Isaiah Thomas is only 32 years of age. And you see a resurgence of veteran guards with a Chris Paul, a Kyle Lowry, getting big deals and playing quality minutes for their teams. So what do you think and feel as you see these guys still getting those opportunities, knowing that if and when yours come, you're going to take advantage of it?
It gives me confidence knowing that, there's still some older guys in the league. And, they'll say I'm old. I'm still only 32. My body's like 28 because I haven't played in 4 years, really. So, I'm just waiting for the opportunity. I pat those guys on the back like Chris Paul, Kyle Lowry, Mike Conley. That, keep getting paid and keep showing that they're so productive. They got to be out there. So it's only right that, my name gets called at some point. And I know when my name does get called, I'm going to take advantage of it and take advantage of the opportunity and run with it.
Well, you might go from patting these guys on the back to covering them very, very soon. There are some rumors that you might have a reunion with the Massachusetts, Boston area and the Celtics. What truth is there to that?
There's a little talk about that. So, I think the world wants that to happen because it only makes sense. But, if that opportunity presents itself, I know I can help that team, especially them young guys over there, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. I know I can help, but, I'm just trying to present myself in a way that, I can show the teams that I'm healthy in any role that's given to me. So that's all I'm doing. And hopefully that call comes and, I'll be ready to take it back to the top.
And I have to tell you this, my brother, it's the score of the game and it's the game of life. I appreciate how you've always handled yourself with class, with maturity. You've been a really good teammate. You've really been a good locker room guy. And so it's refreshing for me to see people like you get healthy and now be able to reinvent yourself, kind of like I saw with Carmelo in Portland. But I have to ask you something about his new team, the Lakers. A lot of people are wondering if Russ and LeBron are going to be able to mesh. What are your thoughts about the Lakers and what they've done with their roster this offseason?
I think they're getting ready for that NBA, that NBA championship run. The guys that they got on their team, they're playoff ready. They've been in every situation possible. So when it comes to the moment, nothing's too big for them. So a guy like Westbrook and LeBron, like people are saying, those guys are too old. They might not be able to mesh. Those are killers, bro. They're going to figure it out. And, if they get put in the right situation come playoff time, teams is going to be scared to play them boys for real.
I want to ask you a question about the East. Now, of course, we're going to pick whatever team you get picked up by because we got love for you. But for right now, who's beating the Nets in the East?
If they're healthy, nobody's beating the Nets. We all know that. We're basketball minds. You know, we love the game of basketball. If they are healthy, which is, you know, a big if, because we've seen that this playoffs, like, it's gonna be tough to beat them boys because they got arguably the best 3 isolation players, scorers, offensive players that we ever seen play the game. So, you know, if they're healthy, it's gonna be tough to beat them guys. Unless, you know, I'm playing against them boys, we gonna give them a call for their money.
That part. All I know is we got a guy on our show right now that averaged 30 in the league. 30. Okay, NBA teams 30, and he's only 32. Mike Conley, my guy, is 33. I'm just saying.
And we're talking about one of the best isolation scorers. You have to put yourself on that list. And Jamal Crawford. Both of y'all need to be in the league next year. But I have a simple question for you. Where are you, dog? What is this view? What is this background? Like, look at your crib, man. Where are you?
It looks like I'm on vacation, but I'm back home in Seattle, Tacoma. You know, it just looks like this in the summertime. I tell everybody, if you want to come to this area, come in the summertime, man. You might not leave.
Well, the NBA definitely is going to be a better place when a team signs you, my brother. And Jacoby pointed to your visual. I'll just say, you look like you're living your best life, and that makes me so very happy. I love seeing my friends look and act and be rich. Congratulations.
You know, it's all love. I appreciate you guys, man. You know, I'm coming back like Jadakiss did.
So much discussion about his fit with the team. How do you think he will fit with this team?
I love this, and you know how much I love Russ. You fit in anywhere when you average a triple-double for a season, ladies and gentlemen. Newsflash, that's what he did last year. I just wish the late, great Nipsey Hussle would be there to see Russ play in the purple and gold. Because remember when he passed, the kind of numbers that he put up when he played against the Lakers, the 20-20-20. If you know, you know. With that being said, Russ is just a sign of maturity, Jacoby. Like, as you start to get older, you remember when we used to be mean mugging in the 90s? You know what I'm saying? And you walk around with your fist balled up all of the time. That didn't mean you could fight more. That didn't mean you was tougher. That just meant you were mean mugging. And then as you started to get older, you're like, I ain't gotta necessarily do that to get my point across. And that's how Russ is approaching this situation. He's been an MVP of the league. Early in his career, he's played in the NBA Finals. He's played with some of the best players in the game: Harden, KD, Paul George, Sabonis. And so Bradley Beal, now LeBron James and Anthony Davis. And so he's been a chameleon in a lot of ways. And this comes full circle. I remember when Russ was in college. And do you realize he basically averaged 9 points for his college career? And now all of a sudden, he's a guy that's breaking the Big O's triple-double record in the NBA. He's gonna help the Lakers, in particular, when LeBron's off the floor and when LeBron and or AD are in street clothes. That's why you bring in Russ, because he doesn't play like your normal guard that's in his low 30s.
Absolutely. Now, we always say the best players you put around LeBron James are rim protecting big and 3-and-D people, shooting. You want shooting around LeBron because he's such a maestro with the basketball. I think a lot of people just point to Russell Westbrook's lack of a jump shot, but here's the thing. He averages a triple-double. He gets you 10 assists, 10 rebounds, and at least 10 points every single game. And they did bring in Malik Monk, who can shoot, and Kendrick Nunn can shoot. Like, they do have some shooting around him. Carmelo, great point. He's a catch-and-shoot guy now in his career, basically. But that second unit, when LeBron is on and off the floor, they're such a different team last year that the addition of Russell Westbrook is really going to help that. When you look at those numbers, I think this is one of the main motivating factors to bring Russ in, don't you?
And also, you know how much I love this sound. Meow. He's going to bring speed. Just sure volume of pace changing ends of the floor. Some of LeBron's best plays in transition with the Lakers, He was out in transition with Caruso. That's why a lot of people were surprised they let him go, a young ascending player, because he played faster and got out in transition and matched LeBron. That's what Russ is going to be doing. There are going to be times where the Lakers get the ball in bounds, and Russ is going to be laying the ball up with less than 4 seconds on the other end of the court. That's what he's going to bring. And a relentless competitive spirit.
Yep. It is that competitive spirit, and that analysis you just gave us was so on point. But there's one thing that I strongly disagree with. Russell Westbrook is still going to be mean-mugging. He's still going to be mean-mugging. That's the attitude that he plays with when he is on the floor. He just mean-mugs. That's his default setting when he is playing basketball. Big shout out to Russell Westbrook and the Lakers. I, for one, definitely think this is going to be a good fit, and they will win the Western Conference if healthy.
Brody.
However, the man that he is replacing, Dennis Schroeder, was once offered a 4-year, $84 million contract by the Lakers. He turned it down. He bet on himself. Well, he now signed a 1-year, $5.9 million deal with the Celtics. What do you think about the saga of Schroeder over the past 6 months?
So the NBA doesn't provide the normal level of job security that people are used to in professional environments. Around 20 to 25% of players that you saw play in the league this year won't be in the league next year. And what happened for Dennis Schroeder, there was a game of musical chairs at the point guard position, and when the music stopped, there wasn't no deal for him. You had people, young players like SGA and Trae Young getting deals along with Luka, and then you have elder statesmen moving around like Conley, getting paid like Conley and Lowry and CP3. But then here's the other thing that also takes place. The gift and the curse of playing in a large market. Yeah, in a large market, your numbers become like they're on steroids, and you get more appearances and you get more show. But when you struggle, it works in reverse. So when you're playing alongside LeBron in the purple and gold, and you struggling, and they getting bounced in the first round, like Ben Simmons, somebody got to be the scapegoat. And Dennis Schroeder ended up being that in this situation. I hate that he lost that bread initially. It's going to be